Why is marijuana against the law? It grows naturally upon our planet. Doesn't the idea of making nature against the law seem to you a bit paranoid? You know what I mean? It's nature. How do you make nature against the fucking law? Grows everywhere, serves 1,000 different functions, all of them trusted. To make marijuana against the law is like saying God.
Okay, hey there, hello everybody, and welcome again to Hempology 101. Thanks a lot, folks. And it is an exciting night for Hempology 101 because tonight is going to be the final in our 9th annual tournament for the world's only cannabis game show, Reach for the Pot. And so, yeah, it's a really exciting night. These teams have both defeated 2 other teams to get here tonight. And the winning 4 players in this game in September, the first Wednesday night in September, will be given personal trophy bongs. And so we've given out personal bongs for 9 years now to the winning teams, and it's an exciting thing to do. And unfortunately, the team is missing their return bong winner. Carly's had to bow out, and Hope is taking her place. But we do have a couple return bong winners over here. John and Jay have got a couple bongs on their trophy case. So we'll see if they get, we have a couple repeat winners or a bunch of new winners, but certainly this is a very coveted game here locally, and it's something that I'm very proud to have developed, and will gradually be doing it more on the road as my work continues to evolve. But for now, if you want to check out any of the other games in this tournament to see how these guys got here, or any of the other years, we have most of it on the YouTube page for Hempology. But really, for now, we're here to watch these guys go head-to-head for the bongs, folks. So this is really exciting. And yeah, for those of you that don't know, a lot of the contestants in the games are also not just friends of mine, but co-workers with me at the Cannabis Buyers Club on Johnson Street. In fact, tonight it's really kind of neat who's all going head-to-head here, because we have on this team here actually 3 employees that work at times with us at the club, and on this team we have 1 employee and 3 other members of the club. Oh, and I should mention a 4th member. So they're all members and staff of the Cannabis Buyers Club going head-to-head here tonight, which is really exciting for us. And just to be here and having fun with each other. And so it's, like I say, going to be heard about and talked about quite a bit after this. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited to do it. But I do have to read through the rules. These guys all know the rules, but you might not, or people watching. So a quick run through before we get through the game. There's 10 chances to get points. 8 are trivia questions. Put that down. Nice try. Studying's over, buddy. I ask a question, and if the contestant knows the answer, they clap. As soon as they clap, I'm going to come over, and they got to give up an answer. They can't talk to their teammates or think anymore. They've clapped. They got to say something. It's worth 20 points if they get it. If they don't, the other team gets a guess for 20 points. And if no one gets that, then I give out some hints, and it's worth 10 points. If nobody gets the 10 points, then we do multiple choice, and that's worth 5. And everything else, I just make it up as we go along. These guys know that. But yeah, there's a couple other things I'll explain when we get there, but that's basically how it goes. So I mentioned my former day job, the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club. I founded 17 years ago. And I should say the first question we usually ask about Hempology 101, which is coming up to its 18th anniversary in September. Again, the first Wednesday night in September is when we give out the bongs, and we march from City Hall at 7 o'clock. We're going to leave a little early so we get a postcard with some sun on it. We keep leaving late. So we're going to leave City Hall just after 7, march to the Parliament, so we take a postcard picture and give out the bongs and the prizes from next week's contest, because next week is our contest for the best pipe, the best bong, the best t-shirt, The best joint rolling contest is next week, and the best written word, that is a song or a poem about cannabis. You guys can bring all that next week, and we give out prizes for that in September. And so again, that's the first Wednesday night in September. We do all that. And so Hempology does a whole shitload of stuff, honestly. And if you want to learn about it all, you got to go to our webpage, really, hempology.ca. There's links on the right-hand side of that. And you can pick up our newspapers here. There's a lot of information in our newspapers about things that are happening, not just within our clubs, but around Canada. We're starting to expand around the world. The one coming out next week, there'll be a feature article about our trip to Jamaica, so you get to find out about what's happening there. And it's hopefully going to just grow from here. That really, the digest is my main focus right now in my work. I'm very proud of it. And we started it a few years ago because our bakery got raided, and my friend Owen Smith, actually last year's champ, got charged with THC trafficking because he was making cookies for sick people. And last year we got a judge to agree the law was unconstitutional. Owen's been acquitted of all charges, and the government has been told to allow derivatives in their medical marijuana programs. Of course, they've appealed the decision and have ignored the courts, but we go before the Court of Appeal this October, and I'm sure you'll hear about it, because we're taking this plant away from pharmaceutical companies in this trial. That's really ultimately what it comes down to. And so after the court decision last year, when the decision was handed down, it was mentioned that I hadn't been paying my taxes. That is, I've been paying my income tax, actually, declaring 24 grand a year and paying that, but I hadn't been collecting HST or paying employee deductions. And the government came after me. And so it's sort of good and bad, because now the Buyers Club is paying its taxes, and it has turned into a non-profit society. And it's gone through an incredible transformation, and I really owe Dieter an incredible thank you, a big thank you, a huge thank you for all his work in the last year, kind of taking a lot of that from my hands, so I can do a lot of other activism and work out there. But I've had to declare bankruptcy against the amount of money that the government claims that I owed them for evading taxes, and that'll be over soon. But really, what I've done is I've become a full-time employee of Hempology 101. So now my work is doing these meetings. I got my book, Hempology 101, I'll show you again later, that I'm trying to sell, and I'm trying to, just do whatever it takes with Hempology to make a living. And so I appreciate all the support with that. But tonight's question is a little bit about the media and what's happened here, because we've got the media last year, we kind of reported a little early about the transfer. I hadn't gotten a final bill from the government yet, but we were turning it into a non-profit society. And we had an article. The news have actually been really good to us lately. In fact, Friday, if you grab the Victorian News Group, and actually the news group around the region, there's a really good story about the Buyers Club and the new regulations that are taking away patients' rights to grow. And anyway, in a news story in the fall, it was reported that I owed the government a certain amount of money, and it was on the title of a Times columnist article. Oh, he clapped. Nice try. 147,000. He just beat you to the clap there. But yeah, I was wondering, because it's been sort of right in front of your guys' face in the smoking room there for a while. So, but yeah, it turned out it was $250,000 I've declared bankruptcy against, not 147,000. But before I got it out of my mouth, the hairy Anslingers are all over me. But I don't think I made the questions that tough this year. I've kind of learned it's not fair to go and be really mean to these guys. So 20 points sounds really big, but that's not going to end the game here by any means. So like I say, I got a newspaper here. There's lots of great stories in the newspaper, and I can't help but get some information from it. In each one of the issues, you're going to see a story about the Sensible BC campaign. Here in British Columbia this fall, we have a one-time chance to step the police back, to stop them from arresting us for possession of cannabis here in British Columbia. It's a one-time shot. Dana Larson's put together the Sensible BC campaign, and all we got to do is collect 500,000 signatures in every riding across British Columbia. So it is a lot of work. It's not an easy task. Dana is realistic that the chances of doing this are really not that great, because we're potheads, for crying out loud, and it's really hard to get people to actually do stuff. And a lot of people don't want to put their name down, for example, because they're afraid somehow it'll come back on them. So we've really got our work cut out. But if we do it this fall, we'll put them back forever. And so it's a huge campaign. And in the recent issue of the Cannabis Digest, as I said, in each of them there's articles, but in the recent one, there's a number that's featured in the headline there, and I want to see if anybody in the group knows, within $500,000, how much did BC spend prosecuting people for possession last year? Dieter thinks he knows. What's the number, buddy? It's 10.5, so I said within 500,000, so that is exactly within the range there. So yeah, $10.5 million could have been saved. And that's simple possession. That's not growing. That's not trafficking. You know, that's just simple possession. But that really is minor compared to the loss that people suffer from not being able to travel, not being able to get jobs, and all the other harassments that can continue for a very long time. And so, yeah, $10 million it costs our province, but these guys get 20 points out of it, so at least somebody's winning around here. And Team is in the game there with a quick 20 points, and it is now even, and I have a feeling this could be a very close game. So here we go. So there's a lot of dispensaries around Canada. I mentioned the regulations are changing in the near future. The federal government's taking away designated grower permits and personal licenses to grow, which is horrific what they're doing to patients. Many patients have benefited a lot by growing their own medicine, and taking that away is really going to threaten people's lives in many circumstances. And a lot of dispensaries, though, are going to continue to operate despite the threat of raids and mandatory minimums. And I'm going to name dispensary. They actually have a couple of names, but I'm going to use their fun name, I guess, in a way, their less serious name. Let's see if you guys know in which city outside of BC is Farm Assist. There it is. It's in Halifax. This might be a speed game, folks, because I say I didn't make the questions incredibly tough here. So it looks like there's going to be lots of points on the table here. So Team just makes a roaring comeback with 40 points, but the Harry Anslingers with their 20 know how close this game still is. In fact, now that I look at it, this question here is almost too easy. Here's another speed question for these guys. I don't know why I didn't feel mean today. Maybe it was all those brownies I ate last night. But like I say, I've written a book on the history and uses of cannabis. This is the most incredible plant in the world. And I know that people who don't use cannabis think we're fanatics for saying things like that, but you can make most commercial products out of cannabis. It's the healthiest possible food for you. It's the most environmentally friendly crop that farmers could grow. It's one of the easiest in terms of processing into other materials, in terms of the limited number of chemicals that are needed to turn it into soaps and paints and plastics and fuel. It's not only the most diverse plant that can be grown, but one of the easiest plants to grow. Its biomass production is unprecedented compared to any crop that can be grown in almost every country around the world. There's nothing like cannabis outside of the fact that it makes us happy and heals sick people from just about every serious medical problem that you could mention. This is the healing tree or the healing of the nations, this plant. And I've written about that in this book, and I'm very proud of it. And it's got a lot of history in it, and it's kind of thick for some people. But it's just incredible how intertwined cannabis and hemp are into our history of economics and war even. Like many wars have been fought over cannabis, not just the incense trade in ancient history, but even the hemp plant and growing hemp. There's been a number of wars fought over it. Napoleon actually invaded Russia to burn down the hemp fields so the British Navy wouldn't have hemp anymore for their canvas and rope on their sailboats. So that's why the British started to tax American farmers so that they would have hemp from America, and that's why America revolted, because the British were taking all their hemp and they didn't have any left for their own uses. It's incredible how intertwined the history of hemp and cannabis is into warfare, and it even happened in the Second World War. For 20 fat points, and actually I should say, so cannabis was made illegal in really 1937 in the United States, and the plant was gradually taken away from the economy and farmers before that though. However, when the First World War hit, campaigns started, Hemp for Victory. In what year was the Hemp for Victory campaign, which paid farmers to grow hemp again? After it had been taken out of all the fields, they needed it for rope. And they made a video, Hemp for Victory. If you ever check it out, it's pretty wild.
You said World War I.
Oh, I said one? Oh, maybe I was trying to trick you. It was not 43, no. It was not 43. So let's see if these guys can pick up another big 20 points. They say the questions aren't really too tough, I would have to say at this point. But you got to clap or I'm just not going to take it. It just sounds like you're talking to your teammates there.
1940.
No, it's not 1940 either. So it's down to 10 points. I don't even know what year the war started, but Hope's clapping. What do you think, Hope? It is 1942. There you go. I just like the sound of 42 being in the game show, really, but there it is. Yeah, 1942 is in fact the year that the U.S. government tried to bring hemp back. Unfortunately, when the war was over, they just kiboshed the program and hemp was buried once again in the bureaucracy of the U.S. government. But there it is, 50 points for Team, and the Harry Anslingers got their work cut out for them, but they can do it. They can do it. So we're at the fifth question, which is our sort of career question, where I ask the contestants if they know the individual of which I'm speaking. And so I have to say that the contestants can't say writer when they mention the career of this person, that they can say author or journalist. Those are the two professional writers I'll take. But pretty much everybody in the drug war is a writer of some type or other. But let's see if anybody here knows what career Susan Boyd has. Susan Boyd. Does anybody know of Susan Boyd? Was that a clap, Steve? That looked like a clap. What does she do? A politician. No, Susan Boyd is not a politician. But she'd be a damn good one if she was, because she don't take any shit. But she is not a politician. You guys ready? What do you think? Activist? That's just, no, you can't say activist. No, no. Yeah, that's even worse than saying writer. No, gotta spit that answer back. I'll give you another chance to say something, because that was a question. Can you say it? The answer is no. Yeah. Lawyer? No, she's not a lawyer. That is an excellent guess. Susan works mostly in Vancouver and Victoria. And, gee, I don't know how many more hints I can give, really. Doesn't seem like any of you guys have a clue. But
well, I know a hint.
Yeah, I know you know.
No, I know
What?
a hint you could give.
You know a hint?
Maybe.
Well, say it. What's the hint?
Well, no, you come and see if you like it or not.
Oh, wait, no hints.
Okay.
What are you guessing? Leap. No, she's not part of Leap or former law enforcement. No. So, nope, no more hints. Sorry, Gail. thanks for trying. But let's see if these guys are going to take a guess here. Susan Boyd, you guys going to take a guess, or are we going to go to multiple choice? Doctor. No, she doesn't work as a doctor. No. But she is one of these four things. She is either a professor, a hemp farmer, a musician, or an actor. Which one of these careers does Susan Boyd have? A professor, a hemp farmer, a musician, or an actor? Which one
Wouldn't she
is...
be an actress?
Or actress. Oh, damn. Yeah. Thank you. I'll have to write that down here. Okay. So, let's just get the answer quiet. Okay, so you guys ready over here? What are you thinking? Professor, they've already given their answer, so it don't matter. Professor, both teams have guessed professor, and yes, that's what it is. Susan Boyd's a professor here up at UVic, and has written several books. I totally spaced to bring them here, but we've got several books at the Buyers Club. She's written on drugs and movies, and I forget the name of them. I'm sorry, our book pile's in a big mess, so I didn't bring them. But yeah, both teams pick up 5 points there, so no advantage earned at that point. So we're at one of the more fun parts of the game show here, where we get these contestants really high and make them think after that. So yeah, in fact, I've sort of upped the ante just a little bit here tonight, and the teams have got a decent 1.5 grams of pot. I just thought, you know, it's a championship, 1 gram a pot just doesn't seem like a lot, you know, like they gotta prove themselves here. So yeah, I guess make sure you guys got a pipe. I haven't seen a pipe yet. We gotta make sure everybody's ready here. What's going on? Yeah, you guys should probably use 1 1/4. It is 1.5 grams this time. I don't know if you heard that. I changed the rules a little bit. Oh. Well, good thing you guys got to leave, because I tell you what, this guy's fucking serious about his smoking contest. So, you know, but I figured, you know, like, we got to just, like, make you guys work for it. Nah, no grinders. So these guys know how it works. I'm going to say the magic word here, and then sure. Yeah, you can't smoke what's in the pipe until both roaches and everything are in it. So yeah, no getting early on the roaches there. So yeah, these guys know how it works here. The smoking contest starts in 3, 2, 1, go. So as I mentioned, the federal government's changing the regulations right now for medical patients in Canada. They're taking away patients' rights to grow their own. And I'm sure most of you don't have a grow-op going on right now with the license, but the fact is that most of us would like to have one, and at some point in the future, if we get sick, we'd like to be able to grow our own pot. Well, they're taking that away, and if they take it away now, they'll take it away forever. It won't be something that'll come back very easily. We have this moment in history to continue to fight for our right to grow. And that's going to happen in a couple of ways. There's court cases going on that you can't really participate in unless you want to donate to, class action lawsuits and stuff. I don't have much faith in that, honestly. But yeah, I should get to this. These guys are rolling some big joints here tonight, and Jay is out. And like I say, this guy's burning for the 10 points here. And I don't know how many he's lost in time, really, but these guys have just lit their both joints. Okay, all 4 joints seem to be going here.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I say, they're taking away our rights, but it's coming in stages. And so we actually organized national rallies in February against these new regulations at Member of Parliament offices across Canada. And the next stage, October 1st, is when they stop issuing licenses to grow. So as you can see on the board there, we've got posters to organize, again, national rallies on October 1st at MP offices from coast to coast. And then the final set of rallies is going to be April the 1st. April Fool's Day is the day that this new program, the commercial license program, comes into full effect. And so April Fool's Day, we're going to organize national rallies again, but we're also going to organize a big rally in Ottawa. And Gail and I are going to fly to Ottawa, and we're going to have a huge rally right at the steps of the federal government. And while we don't expect the Conservatives to change their mind, we do want the Liberals, the Greens, and the NDP to realize that reinstating patients' rights to grow is an important thing to do in the next federal election, at the very least, if they don't legalize it outright. But we need to get the message out there that this is seriously compromising the health of patients across Canada. So with these rallies, give us a chance to write letters, to be more vocal about it as much as possible, and build allies again, towards the next election. So, oh boy, these guys are booming right along, and everybody's got their roaches in the pipes. And holy smoke, I think team. Oh boy, this is really hard to call here. This is really hard to call here. And there it is. Wow.
Oh shit!
I saw it. No, there was very little in it. There was very little in it. Wow, that went quicker than it was supposed to. These guys are pretty good. Holy cow! Team is just.
Wow.
Just burning it up tonight. And yeah, now they're really nice and fried for the tough questions. So right after that, I'd like to ask the toughest question of the game. Oh no, and I forgot my prop. Oh. Okay, I gotta come up with a new question.
Oh no.
Yeah, you got a pen? I got. Okay.
Seriously.
So tonight's next question, as opposed to what it says on my sheet here, is going to be again from the newspaper, I guess. There's a lot of us that contribute to the Cannabis Digest in all sorts of different interesting ways. And so tonight's challenge question for 10 points, and I'll take a point away for every incorrect answer, is who is listed in the inside cover of the Cannabis Digest as a contributor to the last issue. So who contributed to the last issue of the newspaper? Who's listed in the inside? So yeah, like I say, they're taking away patients' rights, and we're going to be organizing these national rallies. We're going to be organizing a lot of this through Facebook. I know not everybody's on Facebook, so we do have another web page. And really, Canada is so huge that the internet is about the only means by which we can coordinate on any kind of a national level. But this is a very important campaign, again, for any of us that believe in the right to use medical marijuana. It's now or never that we stand up and get counted. And so that's something that is also going to be going on right in the middle of the Sensible BC campaign that starts, I believe, September the 15th. So the only thing, the other thing that I should mention is going on this September, as well as our anniversary on September the 4th. Like I say, we're marching from City Hall to the Parliament buildings on September the 4th. Well, that's also when we kick off our 420s at the university. And Hempology 101 is the largest student club at the University of Victoria. And as well as having the weekly 420s at the center of campus, where we just got back to at the end of the year, last year, we also have a free weekly lecture series every Wednesday from 3 to 4 o'clock. We teach, it's either out on the lawn in front of the Student Union building or actually in the sub-building at the Cinecenta itself. And the lectures are a broad range of topics, from the history of hemp to medical marijuana. A lot of them are around medical marijuana. And it looks like I'm lining up a really good guest speaker list. I guess the number one guest speaker I see coming this year is a scientist. I think his name's Arno from the Netherlands, who has just released a study that I've put online on our web pages about comparing extracts like the honey oil, or Rick Simpson oil it's sometimes called, or phoenix tears, and that people make out of isopropanol or naphtha or butane, comparing that to olive oil. And it's clear in the study that these other extracts, these solvents, have toxic residue left over. They're no better at extracting THC, and finally they don't get the terpenes, that is the essential oils that the olive oil gets, which have got great medicinal benefits as well. And so we're going to hopefully have Arno come up and teach at the University of Victoria, and hopefully a lot of other doctors and speakers that I've run into recently as well. So I'm really excited to be back up at UVic. It's a free non-credit lecture series. You can come up from 3 to 4, watch the class, go to 420, and enjoy the day. So these guys appear to be done, so I'm just going to pull the plug and see who gets the points here. But, okay. This one was yours? Okay. So we'll go through teams list here and see how well they did. They got me and Gail, Andrew Brown, the editor, Al Graham, one of the writers, Owen Smith, and they threw in Kyla Williams, who no longer contributes. So I said I'd take one away, so you went from 5 to 4 with that one. So we'll see how it goes. And these guys here, they got me and Owen and Gail and Andrew, and then they got Ryan Fink, who's not with the group anymore, but he did write. So you guys pick up your 10 points there and break even with the challenge questions at least. So good job with that. So Harry Anslingers now got 35 points, but they're looking at 6. We'll see how it goes. So one of my favorite questions to ask is the music question, where I'll quote a song and I'll ask our contestants if they know what song I've quoted. I'll often quote songs that get out on the market, but I've also got this wonderful little song book of cannabis carols. We sell them for $1 if you want to buy a little booklet of them. And I couldn't help but take one of the songs from the cannabis carols here. So let's see if any of these guys know the carols. And no chance in hell, eh? Well, I think Steve knows a couple of them. So we'll see if any of these guys can figure out which one of these songs, and you can name like the real song, or you can name the one we've ripped off too. You don't have to give the name that I've come up with, but which song has the following words: and bring their buds and cookies to share with one and all. Oh. Glad o' tidings, oh fuck joy. Was that your real answer?
Wow. Never heard of that.
I know that's none of those answers made sense to me at all, actually. So nice try, but you're just all worked up. Oh, but I did hear a clap over here.
I say joints to the world, but I don't really know.
Joints to the world. No, it's not joints to the world.
Okay.
And bring their buds and cookies to share with one and all. And when the laws all disappear, we'll have a ganja ball. Gee, that's like a lot of sentences there.
4.
That's like hints everywhere. And bring their buds and cookies to share with one and all. What are you thinking? The night before Christmas. That would be a fun one to do up. That would be. The night before. Yeah. No, that's not what you were looking for. I know. You guys need some points. So. Deck the halls. No, it's not deck the courts. But what's up, John? No, it's the multiple choice now. You guys have had a couple guesses. No. It's multiple choice, so you just gotta bear with me. Listen to your 4 options here. That song is either from Jah Bless You Healthy Cannabis, Cannabis Puff, Harvest Time, or Good Queen Cannabis. Which one of these 4 options is it? Jah Bless You Healthy Cannabis, cannabis puff. Well, you should be telling that to your teammates, really, more than me. Sorry, but... And good queen cannabis. So there's the 4 options. I'm going to get our leaders' guests over here first. So, are you guys sticking with that answer over here? Oh, the first one, God bless you, healthy cannabis. Yeah, you were right there, and I think these buggers. Oh shit, I stepped on you. Oh no. I guess maybe you didn't feel it there. Good. You can't get workers' comp for that though. But yeah, both teams there again. God bless you, healthy cannabis. So the lead doesn't change. It's a 30-point difference, and the pressure is on. The Harry Anslingers need to get at least 10 points here, and let's see if they know their movies to do it. So there's lots of not just songs about cannabis, but movies that have cannabis themes. And there's one year in particular where a whole bunch of films about cannabis came out, including Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Half-Baked, Homegrown, and The Big Lebowski or whatever. For 20 points, what year did all those films come out? Half-Baked, Homegrown, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and The Big Lebowski. You guys all lived through it. You might not remember it very well, but you were there. What year do you think? Tell you what, I'm going to be nice. Within one. Within one. Oh, and he just beat you. It was 98. So yeah, 20 points, buddy. 20 fat points. I thought it was mean to say dead on, so you're lucky. I was all of a sudden nice there and just caved. And
What's up tonight?
oh yeah, you guys had it dead on. Oh, sorry guys, but there it is. For 20 points, the Harry Anslingers have just jumped back into the game. There's still a 10-point difference though. Team is still clinging to the lead here, but it could go one way or the other very quickly. So the last question in the game show is Price is Right question, I call it, where I have a different product, and I really like to promote all the different things that are happening in the cannabis industry. It's just incredible what's out there now. And I also really like to promote eating hemp. It's so important, not only for your health, but the health of the planet, that we eat hemp. It's just incredible. Cannabis, in some ways, as we're going to have it in the newspaper this fall, cannabis is the fountain of youth, because one of the benefits of cannabinoids like THC is that it fights free radicals. And so like when you eat food, you have toxic chemicals that are left over that go around your body, and they turn into cancer and all sorts of other nasty things and make you create inflammation. Well, THC actually attacks free radicals. It's one reason why it kills cancer, but it also prevents cancer by cleaning out the body of free radicals. And that occurs whether you smoke it, but it's even better when you eat it. They are more stable, and they can kill more of these free radicals when you eat cannabis. So as a cancer preventer and so many other different conditions, eating hemp seed is just incredibly important for you. And so tonight's final question for 20 points is, within, what have I got? Within 50 cents at Hemp & Company, how much is 1 pound of good seed hemp? How much is 1 pound of good seed hemp? No, it's not 16. $12.98. No. So it's worth 10 points, so these guys can still tie the game. As said, within 50 cents. It's again, not $16. That's the bag. Yeah, 1 pound. There better not be a price on it anywhere. But yeah, 1 pound, $16 within 15 cents. So for the game, what's your guess? 14. No, it's not 14. So you guys can tie the game. Ron's ready. What do you think, Ron? $14.50. I said within 50 cents, right? So $14.99 is 49 cents, right? We have a tie game, folks. We are in overtime here at Reach for the Pot. I feel Jay's heart rate going up very quickly. But the pressure is on, and now it's to me to actually, like, on the spot, come up with the final question. Because I don't actually come up with overtime questions beforehand. I just kind of make them up as I go. And so, gee, what am I going to do? Okay, yeah, I should take something from my book, because I wrote a book, right? And these guys have undoubtedly read my book a few times. So,
Matt. No way, Matt. Not even once.
Okay. So, yeah, this is a good one. Though these guys will just be guessing. None of them will know this, I don't think, but... No, that's not really fair, is it? Oh, damn.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's overtime. Oh, no. Just do it.
Sorry, but this is important. I got to come up with a really good question for these guys, because there's, like, bongs and ego. Like, I'm gonna hear about this one way or another for the year. So if I don't come up, welcome back to the game here, and yeah, we're in overtime, folks. So the pressure is mounting, and I think I've come up with a decent difficult question. So let's see if either of these guys know this. Again, most of them have lived through it or hopefully studied it a bit. But there's a lot that's happened to make cannabis legal in the last few decades. And a lot of it has started down in the United States. It's really strange being in this field here in Canada with the government going backwards while the United States is making it legal and more readily available down there. And a lot of that started in California. The Cannabis Buyers Club that I founded was sort of modeled in name and ideology after the San Francisco Cannabis Buyers Club. And laws for medical use were passed in California, starting with a law called Proposition 215. For all the marbles, in what year was Proposition 215 passed? In what year was Proposition 215 making medical marijuana legal in California? Now it's gone crazy. If you go down there, you really, if you're a citizen, you only got to pay like $50 and you get a license in the state of California to possess cannabis. And the battle's gone back and forth with dispensaries. At times, there's been a lot of them open up all over the place. And then at other times, it seems the city's shutting them down and going after them, and the federal government. It's for all the marbles. So no, it's dead on this time. Yeah, it's for all the marbles and the bongs. So what are you thinking? 94? No, it's not 94. So what are you thinking? 86? No. It was after 94. It was after 94. So I don't know what else to say. I could give out more hints. What are you thinking? 97 is your guess here? No, it's not 97. Should be writing this down, but it's not 94. It's not 97. Congratulations, guys, you pulled it off. It was 1996 in November, the same year that I started the club. And geez, you guys almost got them, but just not quite. But congratulations, Team has pulled off the bongs. And way to go, guys. Very, very hard-fought game. Congratulations. Right on. Good game. Good game there. Actually, good game to everybody. That was just way too much fun. So I got lots of prizes to give to everybody. So I know our contestants won't run away too quickly. But before you guys take off, if you could please join me in 42 seconds of silence for the victims of the war on drugs. Every time we gather and have our fun and games, we put aside 42 seconds of silence for the people that are in jail, the people that have died because of this war already, and certainly medical users that are going without cannabis as well. You know, there's people that suffer from this war all over the planet and all over our community, and it's important for us to take a few moments when we do gather to pay respect and put our thoughts towards those. So if everyone could please join us for 42 seconds of silence for the victims of the drug war, starting in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much for that, everybody. Thank you so much to our contestants. What an awesome way to end this tournament. And thank you for coming as well. So next week, again, is our last week. We're going to be having our contest for the best pipe, the best bong, the best t-shirt, the best joint roller, and the best written word. So please come and participate in the last Wednesday night meeting. Again, thanks, everybody, for coming out.